Well, one thing I really want to encourage on Teachers College Press website, if you actually look for my book, you'll see there's a massive appendix, and people can pull from those as examples, like placards to put up in your wall. Like, this is a space that welcomes all identities. And then I have those terms enumerated, because it's not enough to say, and I don't use the word "this is a safe place," because you can't just walk in and know a place is safe. Like, that is something that has to come from self, right? You don't it may say safe space, but you're the one who ultimately needs to experience its safety. So safety is something that is determined from within and from without. So what I say is, this is an inclusive space. And again, puncturing, like, just saying that term, is to actually identify as many terms as I can to the extent possible. And again, that last word is "and" the indeterminate. Because again, I can't possibly identify every term in my writing or on a poster, but at least what I do in my classroom is, on the first day, I hand out that placard. I read from my syllabus, which says, "This is a space that welcomes all identity on continuums of," and I go, ethnicity, social class, immigration status, medical status, mental health, I mean, etc. It goes, it's probably 3 lines. So when you say that, even if a student doesn't understand all those terms, you're likely to hit on somebody who's never heard a term validate their own identity. And all of a sudden, and studies show that when you have your identity validated, you're more likely to engage, you're more likely to actually feel like you're part of a community. And I've often had students come to me or in writing say, "I've never heard my identity reflected back in a class." And so that goes all the way, from university down. Now, obviously, I'm not going to use the broad term, like the I guess the more densely understood terms with kindergartners and preschool kids, but that's part of the work that I find my colleagues are picking up, because I'm not a preschool specialist. So just a term like that, also putting up pronouns that say, all pronouns are welcomed, and I give some examples on a poster, and then I say, and I don't use pronouns. So again, giving some full examples and saying no pronouns, again, becomes a message about who matters and that everybody matters. So those are really easy tools, and they go a long way. I do lots of other things around welcoming people to self-determine who they are, but that's a little more complex to go into, I assume, than the time that we have.